What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA SAG.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video guys, I have plenty of news. First of all, I will show you that authorities don't know what they are talking about. Then I will show you that we have more and more evidence of their illegal activity, and this evidence will definitely be disclosed. On top of that, I will show you an update from Scott Trott in regards to his letter to Schwab. And at the end of this video, I will give you some updates in regards to the upcoming events that might be important for MMTLP community. But before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section for whatever reasons you want. So let's start with this news. Anna-Trades reposted this tweet that was published by Whisker, and Whisker refers to the tweet that was published by Johnson B. in regards to the fine that was implemented to George Palikaros and John Burda. And let me quote you this tweet. Whiskey wrote, "Why is no one talking about our company stock trading under different tickers around the world? FINRA and SEC had a chance to nip this in the bud spring of 2021, when Palikaros argued that his stock was trading OTC as MMATF, and they did nothing. Next, MMTLP. And guys, we know that FINRA and SEC cannot follow the position that is holding abroad and that has a different QSIP numbers, and this means has a different ticker symbols. But we know that these positions was opened in order to push the stock price down, and it is definitely counterfeit ticker symbols that was made illegally. And because of these ticker symbols, a lot of small companies, relatively small companies, have an extremely high bearish pressure on them. Definitely FINRA and SEC don't want to mention about this issue because it leads to their incompetence in this case, but definitely we have and we know that these actions are made on a consistent basis by the wrongdoers, and no one can do anything with this issue. So let me show you another news, another tweet that was published by Curtis, and Curtis wrote this 19 hours ago. He said, "We had a pretty good idea what happened 15 months ago. Now we know their names. None of the events were prevented by the SEC or FINRA, but instead they were facilitated by these captured regulators. See FOIA emails." And he refers to his own tweet that he published more than a year ago on March 24th of 2023. And he said, in response to FINRA's March 16th FAQ, MMTLP corporate action and trading halt, FINRA's response is disingenuous and intentionally deceptive. He added this screenshot, and let me show you this screenshot in details. FINRA is dedicated to protecting investors and safeguarding market integrity in a manner that facilitates vibrant capital markets. And this is the screenshot from their official website. And let me quote you just some highlighted phrases. "Every investor in America relies on one thing: fair financial markets. Every investor receives the basic protections they deserve. Anyone who sells securities product has been tested, qualified and licensed. Every securities product advertisement used is truthful and not misleading. Any securities product sold to an investor is suitable for that investor's need, and investors receive complete disclosure about the investment product before purchase. FINRA is authorized by Congress to protect America's investors by making sure the broker-dealer industry operates fairly and honestly." And guys, I think this entire screenshot is ridiculous, and it shows that FINRA is unable to perform their activity. They cannot protect retail investors. Let me show you how they are trying to show that they work on some issues, but they do nothing. Let me show you this tweet, and Meta News reposted tweet that was written by Keegan, 636,000 pages, MMTLP, and he refers to the tweet that was published 16 hours ago by MMTLP Torch. And as you can see, it is the screenshot of the letter of the FOIA request that was written on November 30th of 2023. And it says, this request was denied due to some additional circumstances, but let me quote you this. We have identified approximately 10.6 gigabytes, equivalent to approximately 636,000 pages of emails that may be responsive to your request. Under the FOIA, you are considered an other use requester. As such, you are entitled to 2 hours of search time and 100 pages free of charge. And guys, this means this FOIA request was denied, but at the same time, it is the letters that was sent by our community members in order to request some actions from Securities and Exchange Commission and from FINRA. And let me show you what Esther Pierce said on Charles Payne interview. 8 months ago, you can see this video. It is just a part of the video where Esther Pierce answered to Charles Payne in regards to the MMTLP case. And let me show you what did she tell us. Esther Pierce on MMTLP. I think the big issue that we've, and I've certainly heard those concerns, and I think the big issue that we need to take from this is we need to do a better job communicating about what happens when certain actions happen in the market, said Esther Pierce on MMTLP. But Charles Payne understands where the retail community stands on this massive issue. What happens with this particular case? Will they release the FINRA blue sheets for MMTLP? People are talking about this. People say, my money is frozen in this. They see it as a deliberate attempt once again to derail regular investors, says Charles Payne. Well, again, when people are having issues like that, I do encourage you to contact the SEC, says Pierce. But investors have been contacting the SEC. In fact, they have also been in touch with the FBI on this case. And Esther Pierce said, sometimes it does take time to sort through these issues, but we do take those inquiries seriously. Seriously? Esther Pierce, you said seriously? How it is even possible that 636,000 pages was sent to authorities and we don't have any responses? How it is even possible that you tell us that you are working on these issues, but 18 months we don't have any solutions? Why did you do this? And when will be any type of actions from you, from authorities? Let me show you another update. Unfortunately, Mark Basil closed his Twitter account, and I sent him a request, but still the request is still there, and he didn't add me to the whitelist. But here you can see the tweet that was published by Matt Markey, and he said, look who's in the Mark Basil and Subspace LOL, everyone's favorite professor. And here you can see James J. Angel, the person who so-called helped the Congress to identify the wrongdoers in our case and to identify some illegal actions. But definitely we know that he is a paid shill, and his main intention was to mislead the MMTLP community and to tell everybody that they are trying to help us. But nothing happened back in the days, and it is still nothing is happening right here. But guys, this fact alone shows that wrongdoers are aware of our situation, and they are trying to collect as much information as they can in order to know what will be our next step towards the resolution. And guys, in my opinion, it is a very good sign, because for now we know that we have a lot of very important and quite serious information in regards to this illegal activity. Curtis will disclose it within next several days, weeks, and even months, because he has a lot of this type of information. And that is why I think the wrongdoers are scared to death, and they are trying to investigate from their side what will be the next step of MMTLP community. And guys, this means we are on the right path. So let me show you another update that was made by Junk Savvy just a couple of days ago. We know that several companies, several broker-dealers have a share imbalance on their books, and we know for sure that at least 2 of them have an oversold position on MMTLP shares, and they trapped on this position. And here is another potential broker-dealer who has the same issue. Attention Robinhood investors, still having problems transferring your shares of MMTLP to the issuer's transfer agent AST? File a custody complaint with SEC's Office of Inspector General. And she added the phone number and the link to this office. And definitely, this will be another step towards the evidence that Robinhood potentially has the share imbalance on their books as well. And I think, and it is my personal opinion, all broker-dealers have the same oversold position on MMTLP. And that is why FINRA and SEC cover them, and that is why we don't have any resolutions in our case. But guys, let me remind you that just recently, Scott Roth wrote the letter to Charles Schwab with the request of quite interesting information, and I covered it in some of my previous videos, and I don't want to dig deeper right now, but let me show you the update from Scott Roth himself. He wrote this: Charles Schwab acknowledged receipt of scorched earth from me about 3 minutes ago. The short clock is now broken down into response deadlines of 2, 5, and 10 days clusters. If their compliance unit and attorneys see this as the forerunner to interrogatories under U.S. Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 33 and production requests under the same rule, they would be making an accurate, if limited, assessment. It might be more accurate for them to get off the 5-meter range and look at what's lurking at 200 meters and anticipate that pursuant to U.S. Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 27, depositions before action. I may move on them in U.S. District Court prior to filing the complete lawsuit. It'd be nice to have Sam Drady make that drive from New York City to Burlington under court order to bring the blue sheets and explain what the fraud was. Finally, they received my demand letter yesterday. Let's see what the response is, and I will update accordingly. And guys, I think it is another potential path how we can see some kind of actions from authorities, and definitely Scott Roth's updates might be very important for our community. That is why keep an eye on his Twitter account, Green Hills 303. So let me show you, let me remind you that just recently, and I told you this just several minutes ago, George Palakers and John Burda were charged because of their so-called market manipulation, fraud, and other violations. And let me show you this tweet that was reported by John Burda himself. Kevin B. wrote this 7 hours ago. It's time to dispel the BS narrative promoted by MCM, regulators, and other idiots regarding squeezes. And let me quote this. Firstly, contrary to what the SEC and FINRA allege, retail shareholders, companies, and CEOs do not cause or enable squeezes. They are caused by institutions selling high volumes of shares they do not own, fabricating counterfeits in the process, and obligations to settle their debts for the shares that they've already taken proceeds for. Retail shareholders do not hold a gun to these counterfeiters' heads, forcing them to sell shares not owned, done to harm if they can kill the target companies by flooding the market with fictitious supply. Secondly, retail shareholders, CEOs, and companies don't initiate counterfeiters buying shares to replace the counterfeits and settle debts. The short counterfeiters do that themselves, if they care to settle their debts, which mostly they don't. Again, no gun is held to their heads to do so, except for the self-inflicted blackmail they themselves imposed on themselves. It's this bind that is the counterfeiters squeezing themselves. Thirdly, as if for their act of selling what they do not own, killing companies, manipulating prices down with fake supply is not already sufficiently outrageous and unjust. They go to unbelievable nth degree by defaulting in their settlement of their debts. They want to own themselves the right to ignore the liabilities, assign them offshore, and just get to keep the proceeds. That's fraudulent theft. It's condoned by the factless regulators who do not stop at aiding and abetting the cascading of fictitious supply. They continue to aid and abet the default in settlement of liabilities. Nothing is done to enforce settlement, and there is zero transparency. In fact, they know the short interest they publish. Thirdly, I will add, are outrageously false. I've spelled out the loopholes in another article. So guys, I completely agree with this statement. It is not the CEOs who were charged for this illegal activity. It is not the retail investors who tried to benefit from this market. It is the wrongdoers who are consistently violating the market rules and who are trying to benefit from this situation. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium